Hey folks, I wanted to walk you through a progression I did today about Newton's second law and balanced versus unbalanced forces, and eventually relating it to free fall motion. I'm just really proud of how it turned out because I got to use the fact that we were online in, I think, a really neat way, and I think maybe some other people could benefit from it too. So I'm going to give you all the quickest version I can to explain it. And then if you want to do something similar with your own classes, you might want to make the video a bit longer and explain a bit more. But our main goal really is to get students to stop using the Aristotle in their gut that forces cause motion and train them to start using the Newton that's in their brain, right? That forces change how things are moving. So here was the progression. I've got my low friction cart here. Pulley. First thing I did, this isn't super relevant, but I'll talk you through it real quick, is we drew a motion map for 3 scenarios. The first scenario is pushing, second is coasting, third is pushing to slow down. And I exaggerate that slow down push to really emphasize it. So push, let go, slow down. Then I asked them to draw the motion map and free body diagram for those 3, right? And so we've got getting faster, spacing's increasing, and we're at the coasting zone where we're moving with a constant velocity, and then we're at the slowing down zone over here. And then your free body diagrams, I don't need to draw them for you teachers, but right, there's no forward force there. Here there's a forward force, and here there's a backward force. And of course, label these using whatever force notation you might use in your own classes, blah, blah, blah. What I'd like then to talk about some more is U1, the tensions in the rope. So we have this discussion first, differentiate between constant velocity motion, balanced forces, that sort of thing. This would have been what I would have done with an air puck if we were in class together. But here's the cool part. After that, I asked them to draw a motion map for the scenario where there's tension in the rope because I've got a cylinder hanging over the edge of the pulley. And I started it here. I wanted to emphasize the force in that direction is slowing down a velocity in the other direction. So here was the motion, and I caught it here. And I asked them to analyze after I was done pushing, but before I caught it. And I'd love to know how successful they were. It was hard for me to do a quick chuck. I asked them to hold up their motion maps against the camera, but I couldn't really see it in Zoom. That's not important. Their motion maps then, of course, looked something like this. It was moving in this direction, but getting slower. And their motion map, we had the force that the earth exerts on the cart, we had the upward force that the track exerts on the cart, and we had the leftward force that the tension, that the rope exerts on the cart. And these two are balanced, and this force is causing not a rightward motion, but a leftward velocity change. So that was scenario 1. Scenario 2, I think my whole video is flipped. I'll see if I can fix that in post. If not, deal with it. Here's scenario 1. Scenario 2 then was when I started it from rest at the other end of the track and had the tension in the rope accelerate the cart. So, here, let go, catch it, analyze after I let go, but before I catch it again. And I asked them to draw the motion map of that scenario. And that scenario, motion map, looks something like this. And we saw that it was something moving in this direction, but getting faster. And so the velocity change is in the same direction of the velocity itself. At this point, I emphasized how we could be moving in one direction or the other, and this tension force or the force in the rope on the cart didn't impact that at all. What mattered is that this matched up with the velocity change error. You might see where I'm going with this. Our third scenario is let's get it going. Here we go. All right, I gave it a push. We let it go back and forth. Then I caught it again. Again, motion map, free body diagram. After I let go, before I caught it again. The trick I did here now is instead of redrawing everything, I just numbered the frames. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this I now labeled scenario 3. To really draw that connection between slowing down, speeding up, and then both happening under the influence of the same tension force. Now here's where the trick gets great. So we talked about that some more. And then the extension question was I grabbed a ball here and I asked them, all right, same deal. I'm gonna throw the ball up, catch it again, and I want you to draw a motion map and free body diagram for the ball after I let go, but before I catch it again. And I intentionally told them, like, try to make a connection between what's back here. And that was great, all good. And then what I did to finish this off is, all right, here's the connection. Are you ready for this move right here? I went over and I just rotated the whole laptop. And then I said, neat. All right, the tension force in the last example, well, that's the force that the Earth exerts on the cart or on the ball in this example, that gravitational force. And just like there was no force from my hand after I let go of the cart, there's no force from my hand after I throw the ball up. And so I wanted to draw that connection between a contact force tension that you can see and then that invisible gravitational force that you can't see here. So I think that rotating 90 degrees, that was pretty neat. And so hopefully maybe it's something you want to try. And if not, I at least hope you enjoyed it. All right, we're going to stop this down.